faithful and meritorious devotees. One day, a boy said, "My appearance is like my mother's, and my younger sister's appearance is like our father's." We asked, "Why do you say that? You are a male and your mother is a female." At that moment, he replied, "Because the appearance is similar." Many people believe that one's physical form arises from the parent's seed or genes, and that is why similar appearances occur. In this world, there are 5 natural laws: niyama dhamma, seasonal, utu, seed, bija, kama, dhamma, and mind, citta. Among these, the seed law operates only for plants. In relation to living beings, the laws of kama and mind operate regarding name and form. When the body of a being is formed, conditions such as kama, mind, temperature, and nutriment are involved. Many people think that just as a mango tree arises from a mango seed or a jackfruit tree from a jackfruit seed, beings arise from the parent's reproductive elements, sperm and ovum, considering them as the seed. However, within the reproductive elements, there is only a suitable environment for consciousness, vinyaya, to descend. Even if proper nourishment is present for the embryo to develop, if consciousness does not descend, the embryo will not grow. Some people even write books saying that just as trees arise from seeds, beings arise from the parent seeds. There are also certain beings who conceive through smell, for example, some among cattle, though not all. Likewise, some beings such as chickens and peacocks conceive through contact. There is no union of sperm and ovum in such cases. If someone claims that beings arise from parental seeds just like plants arise from seeds, then consider this. Plants arise from a single seed. But here there are 2 seeds, from the mother and the father. If that were the case, the child should be half female and half male, 1 part from each seed. For example, the upper half should be male and the lower half female. But this does not happen. In plants, 2 seeds do not combine to produce 1 plant. If they did, it would become a hybrid. Thus, we should understand that for beings, it is the law of kama that operates. Kama is the field, and consciousness is the seed. After consciousness descends into the mother's womb, the form is shaped according to wholesome and unwholesome intentions. When a person's mind is pleasant, the form becomes pleasant. When the mind is unpleasant, the form becomes unpleasant. Through unwholesome actions, unattractive forms arise. Through wholesome actions, beautiful forms arise. Some people, upon seeing a person or even animals such as dogs or cats, make statements like, "This person must have been like this in past lives and must have done such actions." They speak about past tendencies. When observing such individuals, even in this life, their character often reflects similar tendencies. But they do not say that this comes from the parent's appearance. It is not something that arises from the parents. If the mind arose from the parents, then when a child is formed, the parents should perish, just as a seed is destroyed when a plant arises. But that does not happen. Birth occurs according to past kama, and name and form arise according to the nature of those formations, sakara. Thus, what is meant by lineage or heritage is this. The parents' forms were shaped according to the good and bad states of their minds, and if children resemble them, their mental tendencies are also similar. If a daughter resembles her father, her qualities tend to resemble the father's. If a son resembles the mother, his qualities tend to resemble the mother's. Actions and behavior are often similar to the person whose appearance they resemble. Form does not arise from seed or from another form. It is shaped according to past actions, while the reproductive elements and nutriment only assist. Therefore, the saying, "the traits of lineage do not disappear," means that the nature of one mind is often similar to another. Although name and form arise according to past kama, it does not mean that in this life one must act in exactly the same way. Through association with good friends and listening to the true Dharma, one performs wholesome actions. Through association with bad friends, one performs unwholesome actions. These are not determined by past karma. However, the rebirth linking consciousness and the sense faculties, eye, ear, nose, tongue, and body, are taught by the Buddha to be results of past karma. In this way, the Buddha has taught about living beings. In this time, many biological teachings about beings are incorrect and fall into wrong views, miccha diahi, which lead beings into delusion. Therefore, one should understand the Buddha's Dhamma properly. May this listening to the true Dhamma be a cause for liberation from the suffering of samsara.